Hey guys, it's that guy with the picks here. It is Monday morning. And yesterday, our channel yesterday was at 14-2 overall and 10-0 in the NFL. And the game that was released yesterday was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 10. And they completely destroyed the Dolphins, just like I said. Brady threw for over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. I told you he was going to throw early, often, and all the time, and he throws 70% of the time, 75% of the time. He did all that, and he completed every single time to get this channel to an unthinkable, unheard of 11-0. Perfect record up to this point in the NFL. Unheard of. You guys are experiencing and witnessing something that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. No, it don't. And we're doing it. And you're a part of it. And we're going to do more of it. Guys, first of all, I want to thank you guys for the support, the love, the comments. You know, I just ask that you try to get these videos out to as many people as possible. Everyone needs to see these videos that like sports and bets on sports so that they can get some of the same love that all y'all get. And I'm going to continue to spread the love. It is Monday. And once again, we won on Thursday. We won on Friday. We won on Saturday. We won on Sunday. That's 4-0 again. Because we did the same exact thing last week. We are 4-0 again coming into Monday Night Football. And I'll say it like I always say it. This is the day when your average and typical gambler and bettor at the sports book is trying to get back his money, what he's lost this past weekend. And lucky enough for you guys killed it this weekend. You guys killed it. 4-0. It's all house money. What you guys made this week is, like I said, it's dictated on what you guys wanted to play. So here we are on Monday night again with the same question you're going to ask yourself is, how much money do I want to make tonight? Well, there's only one game to focus on, and that is the Colts traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Colts are 1-3. The Ravens are 3-1. This line opened up at Ravens minus 6.5. And right now it sits at Ravens minus 7. The total opened up at 49.5. And right now it sits at 46. Now, the Colts, they're coming off their first win by beating Miami, which is nothing to write home about. But they did hold Miami to 35 rushing yards. But the 3 teams before them, they all put up over 100 rushing yards against them. Wentz right now is completing 64% of his passage for 930 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Touchdowns I would like to see to go up a little bit, and I think they will as they move on and they grow together more cohesive as a unit. But the 1 interception on the year is excellent. Excellent for Carson Wentz. If you go back and look at his prior years, he is prone to throw interceptions every game. Last week, he went 24 for 32 for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Taylor ran for 103 yards on 16 rushes and a touchdown. Pittman, once again, is shining in that offense. He had 6 grabs for 59 yards. Pascal had 4 catches for 44 yards. The tight end, Mo Ali Cox. I'm not mad at you if you don't know who he is. But he had 3 grabs for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. He found the pay dirt 2 times last week. I will tell you something about Ali Cox. He is a very, very, very big body. And he is very useful in the red zone, especially 10 yards and in. Very big body. He's definitely a weapon. He'll get involved tonight too. The defense last week, they had 3 sacks and 1 fumble recovery. It seems like this defense does something like that every week. They've created and caused turnovers every game they've played this year. Now, the Ravens last week, they beat Denver 23-7. Lamar Jackson, he was excellent. Led the way. He was 22 of 37 for 316 yards and a touchdown. Yes, I said that. 316 yards Lamar Jackson threw for and a touchdown. Lamar Jackson don't do that. He don't do that. He's normally around $190 to 210 with about 70 to 80 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. And last week he played the conventional quarterback and he didn't use his legs much at all. He sat in the pocket and he threw like a quarterback, which is unfamiliar to see him do that. It's nice to see that he can just be the quarterback that, no, it's not. Lamar Jackson's special. It's nice to watch him take off with his legs, exploit defenses. Murray last week, he had 18 rushes for 59 yards and a touchdown. Hollywood Brown, he had 4 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. Proche had 5 catches for 74 yards. Andrews had 5 catches for 67 yards. Sammy Watkins had 4 catches for 49 yards. He spread the ball around about the best I have. You know what, I'll say it. He spread the ball around the best I've ever seen Lamar Jackson spread the ball around as a quarterback in the NFL up to this point in his career. He looked really good last week. He did. And the defense had 5 sacks and 1 interception in that game. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that game because the starting quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, he did get injured in the second quarter. He left before halftime, and he didn't come back. And the backup, Drew Lock came in, and he did absolutely nothing. Nothing, zero. At one point in this game, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams had 16 rushes for a total of 104 yards on 16 carries. And when Bridgewater got injured and got taken off the field, the whole script changed defensively for Baltimore. Once Bridgewater left, Baltimore completely shut down the run game of Denver. And they allowed Drew Lock to beat himself because they knew that Drew Lock couldn't beat him. Williams and Gordon would have had a shot to beat him, but Drew Lock had 0 shot to beat him. And they made him pass. And with a subpar quarterback, they won 23-7, and when a normal sports fan looks at that, it looks like a blowout on the road, 23-7, 16-point win. And to be honest with you, if I was a fan and all I would do is watch games, I would think that right along with anybody else. But the difference between me and your normal fans is I look at all scenarios and I crunch a lot of numbers. And it really wasn't a blowout win. It was a Baltimore defense that knew how to strategize after their key piece went out in the game. And I don't believe that game would have ever even been close to that score if he would have continued to stay in the game. Baltimore on the defensive side this year, they're allowing 23 points a game and 358 yards total offense. The Colts are allowing 24 points a game and 330 yards of total offense. Now the Colts, they're 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 road games, and they're 5-2 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. The Colts are 6-1 against the spread versus Baltimore in their last 7 games, and 10-2 against the spread in their last 12. If anyone on here vapes, I just picked this up, Hyde, It's called OJ, and it's unbelievable. They only sell it in the 1,500 puffs. If you vape, get this. You will love it. Now, the Ravens, on the other side, they're 4-0 against their spread in their last 4 games, which is good. And they're 9-3 against the spread in their last 12. The Ravens are 10-4-1 against the spread in the last 15 when they're favored by 7 or more points. Now, the reason we're here. So what I see in this game tonight, I see the Colts. Yes, you heard me right. The Indianapolis Colts, building on their last week's game and the win. Taylor finally broke out for over 100 yards last game. We all know how good Jonathan Taylor is. He finished last year top 7 as a running back in the football fantasy world. The guy's a stud, and he broke out last week, which was well overdue. But the good point is he did. And I see him getting close to that again. And when that happens, Baltimore eventually, they're going to be putting 7 guys in a box. And Carson Wentz is going to be able to exploit the defense a little bit. And it's going to free up Pittman. It's going to free up Pascal down the field. And I see some completions coming out of Carson Wentz in those type of scenarios. And I see him taking advantage of that. I do. And I also see 2 defenses that will tire the offenses just enough to make this game more about possessions and letting the Colts hang around long enough to get the cover +7. And I think they may even be in a position sometime in this game to actually get the win straight out. So the pick today on Monday Night Football is the Indianapolis Colts +7. And after tonight's game, we will go to 12-0 in the NFL and 16-2 overall. Wow. 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 Ask your buddies or friends or anybody else that you know that bets sports and ask them the last time they went 11-0 in the NFL or 15-2 overall. You'll get someone to stare at you like you're an alien. You'll get someone to stare at you like you just asked the dumbest question in the world. You don't have to say a word. All you got to do is smile, knowing that you got this guy in your back pocket that is producing winners at a higher clip than you can even think of. And we're going to take it higher tonight. Guys, I ask, please, like the comment when you watch the video. Hit the thumbs up. It doesn't even take a second. Please comment. Let me know if you're winning money. I know you're winning money. I'm just trying to build the comments. Leave some comments. Let me know some teams this week that you want to allow me to handicap, and maybe I can get them out there for you guys. I asked you to do that last week. Do it this week. Please share the video on every platform that you're on. This needs to be exposed everywhere. We are in the midst of something really special right now. We are. Share it. Share the video. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And hit the bell right next to the subscription to get notified every time I drop a video. And trust me, you want to get notified every time I drop a video. Now, guys, you already know what I'm going to say next. Let's get back to getting this cash.